Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. It's a new week and a new video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about if you're the CISO, if you're the director, if you're any executive VP, for example, and you are responsible for building your team or you have an existing team, what are the different areas that you should be careful that you fill in the gaps and the different areas that you should have segment leaders. So you could have your managers, directors, whatever you fill in there. What are the different areas that you need to fill in? Okay, so I'm going to talk about that today. You need to have segment leaders for a variety of segments that comprise the cybersecurity landscape for your organization. Now, the first would be incident management and forensics. Uh, Many organizations don't necessarily um, want to have that forensics segment in there, but you definitely need to have an incident management leader, or you should have people who have experience with incident management. Second thing would be vulnerability management. Now, the incidents happen because of vulnerabilities and control failures, so you need to have a segment leader for vulnerability management. Third, you need to have a segment leader that has experience with architecture, especially security in your network architecture or your organization architecture. The fourth is security operations center, a little different from incident management and response, but more to do with threat monitoring. So you need to have a segment leader with experience in security operations center. You need to have segment leaders that have experience with data protection, mainly because most of the times that's what it is you're doing. You are protecting the organization's data, which is one of the assets of the organization. You may have others as well. Another segment leader you would need to have is someone who has experience with identity and access management space. Let me say that again. Identity and access management space. I think this is very important because most of the breaches use this vector to get into your organization. So identity of a person or any identities and the access that is given to those identities and the management of these two things are very important. So you need to have a leader who has very good experience with IAM. And the last one would be cloud governance. You can't escape cloud now. If you have presence in cloud, you need to have someone who has experience with cloud governance. These are the 7 areas that I have mentioned that you would need to fill in with segment leaders, but you do not necessarily need to have 7 segment leaders. You could have leaders that have multiple experiences. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You need to have leaders that have varied experiences or have multiple experiences in multiple segments. So, for example, most of the times you would have, let's say, you have a director of security operations. You would have someone that might have experience with cloud governance, IAM, data protection, SOC, and incident management, as well as vulnerability management. So you would find a person having segment experience, leadership experience across 3 or 4 segments out of those 5. But if you can divide them into logical ones. So, for example, you can divide it into data protection, cloud governance, IAM, and the other one and vulnerability management, and the other one more to do with monitoring and response, so SOC and incident management and response, and another one purely with architecture and GRC, for example. So make sure you have and take care of all these sections and segments of your cybersecurity program. If you think I have missed out on any, or if you think some others that are important, please note them down in the comment section below. And wish you all the best as a CISO or a to-be CISO. Make sure you fill up segment leaders in all these segments of your organization. And until the next video, take care and stay safe.